I take it down to unlisted afterwards. So.
It's almost like an AI kind of engine.
Kinda. Yeah, I can show you some here. Let me go to more exit. So I have a scoreboard here. I just have to do my setup for teams. So 16A. And I gotta find you guys. Richmond Hills 16A. And take away my scores. You can do shot clocks and everything. Hey Cindy, can you check and make sure it's under the right link? Because I just restarted the stream. I want to make sure it came up under the proper one. You know, like I can go right now. This is an instant one where I go play now, and it creates like a little replay. So I'm still live on the big part, and then it shows a little one here.
So whoever has the link see whatever you're doing.
Yep.
Right?
I can just capture stuff and then like share later. Like if somebody made a good save or something, you can capture anything.
Scoring-wise, do you put them in?
For scores? Like yeah, like I go here, like this is score.
I see.
Score.
I see.
There's shots if you want it, but I can't manage all of it. I'm gonna change the period back to 1. A ringette dad out of Saskatchewan made this over COVID to use, so I'm in the right theme. Where's my more options? Replays are in slow motion. Where is it? Replays on the big screen. That's what I want. Where is it? Cameras. You can use multiple cameras as well. Like I've never figured that part out. I use this controller down here because it links to it. It has all the buttons. I haven't figured out all of them, but I can use it to zoom in and out. Replays in slow-mo. Why can't I find it? Thank you.
Oh, so you can control multiple cameras?
Apparently. I have never set them up, but there's a way to link other cameras, so... How do I set that up?
So at the end, you just save it and...
Yeah, like...
do anything with it.
No, once I end stream, it just finishes it, uploads it, still there on YouTube, it's done. It's kind of nice little app. So... What can I find? Nope. Taking it away. Yeah, something handy though. A lot better than what I was doing. Started out doing Facebook Live. My wife would be at one gig and I'd be at the other. And then I went to like a third-party OBS studios. Then I could use YouTube because they wanted to have so many subscribers. And that was kind of a workaround. But then somebody showed me this one. It's way better. So I can use this to just... Dude, man, I actually have a mount that I should put on, but I had somebody 3D print one. I can mount it right there, so I can use the zoom, shots, goals, hit the replay button. I just haven't figured out all the controls yet. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah. I used to coach, and then I didn't end up coaching, so I started doing it a couple years back. And everybody started really liking it, so it's like, okay, well, I'll keep doing it. So now it's kind of like a fun thing to do. So that's what I mean. Like, if you're close, you're gonna hear me probably on that. Because I get like big on the goal calls. It's gonna be more on my side than your side.
All they need is the footage.
Yeah.
Right? My job is to upload it,
Put it on mute. Not a lot of people watch it. I like doing it when girls play box across. a lot of fun sitting. I play field as well, so it's busy doing it a lot. So that's why I had to buy a better tripod. Yeah. Pretty inexpensive. I wish this worked on an iPad so I could see it better. But that's about the only thing. But he hasn't made that yet, so.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people use their iPad, right?
Yeah.
Probably see.
It's bigger for me to see it, so I can, if I'm following the play, like I don't like to look at the screen, I want to watch the game, but if I'm quick glancing, I can follow. Here it's a little smaller.
Sometimes I get people saying, hey, it's all black stuff.
Yeah, like, oh, my bad. Yeah. So like earlier today, I pre-did this schedule for it, so it's there on YouTube. So it's like scheduled for that time. Share the link with the parents so they can watch. So I've had people watching in England, Australia, just where family is, right? So
That sucks.
the nice part is some of them that don't know it yet, they follow along because I call out everything.
But it's different. When you know somebody, you just keep watching, right?
Yeah. I don't have to hold on to it. Hey there. Good game, kids. You guys look slow though today. Y'all look slow.
Today. I'm actually pissed.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. What am I missing? I'm missing something here. What was on this design? The only downside to back-to-back games. My hands are cold. Didn't get a chance for a break.
And the battery sometimes.
Yeah, well I got a battery pack if I need it, so I can plug it in.
You know the drill.
Yeah. Fingers don't want to work though. Huh? No, I'm okay. What? I have a little bit.
Or can I have like a swig of that?
No, because I need that. Yeah, one less hand. You got a pair of mitts in there. I don't know if I got them again.
Having a backpack as well. I've never used them. It's so much easier than your fingers.
Yeah. Back-to-back games, though. Oh, my goodness. Well, good evening, everybody. This is Broadcasting with Brew. This is your U16A Barrie Blizzards as we take on the Richmond Hill Lightning. So we've had a couple of matchups with them before. The most recent would have been at, I think the last tournament we were at. We were both in Cambridge, I believe, or no? No, it was the previous one, Ajax. I think we were in, and we beat them 2-1, but it was a tight, close match. So we haven't seen them since then. So if anything we need to do is make sure we don't let them stick around for too long and take an early lead if we can. So not sure what last games they've had. I haven't had a chance to look at any of the schedule stuff. But I know we just came out of a tournament there last weekend in Burlington, or 2 weekends ago. Not Burlington, Cambridge. And had a pretty good weekend there. And if we can kind of build on that here in league play and towards our next tournament, could mean good things and a chance at provincials for us here. Well, is everybody getting lined up here to go? Referees are set. Goalies almost set. We're just waiting on Emma. And here we go. Richmond Hill with the pass out to the close side. There's a cross pass intercepted there by Ella at the line, giving a pass up for Addie Holly. Holly finding Kelsey. Kelsey just missed on the grab. Addie, and then Ella almost had it off the tip there, but it's down low in behind. Ella coming out with it. And as she goes out a little bit wide, she's finding some space, dropping it there for Addie. And Addie tried to find Kelsey at the side of the net. Sorry, trying to get into the flow of things here. Shot by Kelsey on net. Gets a rebound. That's a reset for Barrie as Ella still has it. Finding a backdoor pass for Holly. And she almost gets the shot there, but looks like we might have been in the crease as that's going to be a Richmond Hill goalie ring. As the goalie here, Richmond Hill sending one out. Kelsey with a big intercept all alone. And just couldn't beat the blocker side on the goalie. As that was the best chance of the game so far for Barrie. Richmond Hill getting it out into the neutral zone. A collision up along the boards there. I think it's going to be both sides maybe. Or it looks like they fell on it. So that's going to be a goalie ring as it's inside the zone. Emma on the ring here looking for some movement. So finds a quick pass. That was a nice quick one there to Kayla. Kayla finding it into center ice here for Holly. Holly with a lead pass for Kelsey. Kelsey in the forehand. Tried to find Ella at the side of the net there. Just off her tip of the stick, and they have to regroup. Ella dropping it for Kelsey. Looks like Ella going for the change. Kelsey trying to come across for the pick that's set. Cutting on the inside. Shoots! She scores! As Barrie finds the first goal of the game to make it 1-0. And it was a nice little maneuver there as Kelsey cut to the inside of the triangle. You see her coming around there. She's got an open lane and shoots that top left corner. In a minute and a half in, and Barrie has that 1-goal lead. And they just need to build on it. Like I said, don't let this team stick around with you, as they've had a tendency to come back late in games. Long pass in by Richmond Hill, sent deep, just missed on the stab, picked up down low by Jade. And as Jade is circling up the boards under a bit of pressure, she needs to find someone. Not quite over the line, though, as Cadeau picks it up. She's still got it in her zone. Tried to pass out of the zone, hit a player, but there it is for Chloe to grab. She's got a lead pass up for Sophie. Sophie heading towards the net with Charlie onto her backhand. No shot. She doubles back, finding Cadeau. Cadeau turning to the net on her forehand. No shot. Cutting to the middle. Tried to shoot, but she lost it in a check. And as the shot clock's winding down, Richmond Hill gets possession before that 30 seconds goes, and play keeps going on. Richmond Hill, the flip pass up into the neutral zone. They pick it up there. They find a pass, but their player is just in behind them. And as Barrie gets it back into the neutral zone, Charlie sending it up the boards for Cadeau. She chases it down into the corner. She's looking out front, nobody there. Charlie sitting on the back door as Sophie circles to the top. There's the flat pass, just missed by both teams, but it's in a bit of a scrum there. Bouncing out, Richmond Hill had it for a second, and it's a stick battle down there. And it's still sitting there as Cadeau now picks it up as a bunch of us skated over it. And a little backhander, easy save by the goalie there. She knocks it into the corner for her teammate. And Richmond Hill has possession as they get it up to the blue line. A little bit too far out of reach there, and Kayla from Barrie is able to grab it. She finds Holly as she cuts into the zone as Barrie's making changes. As they pass it down for Ella. Ella tried to feed a quick one to the middle for Holly. Hits the player, and she has to regroup with it. Shot onto the net, picked up by Kayla. Oh, there's a nice stick check by Ella, but Richmond Hill sticks with it, and they get it up into the neutral zone. Nora on the back check, gets it over to Kayla. Kayla doubling back to the close side. She finds Kelsey up at center ice. Kelsey leads one up for Ella. Oh, just off her skate though. And Ella has to chase it into the corner. Barrie now setting up on her regroup. There's a nice drop for Kelsey on a low walk. Kelsey trying to come through, gets stripped of it though. And Richmond Hill looking to get it out of the zone. They do, but to nobody on the close side here as Addison Hawley there is picking up that loose ring. Right back into the zone. She finds Kelsey. Kelsey in on her backhand. Back to Hawley. Hawley shoots right through the legs, I think, of the Richmond Hill defender, but the goalie makes a nice save there. And Barrie picks it up again with a fresh restart. Hawley's got the pick by Kelsey. Oh, she tried to dish her a short one. It's in the feet, though. Kelsey rips it out. Finds Ella on the back door, and she scores! As Ella gets a nice pass from Kelsey there. What you're going to see is there's a bit of a scrum. Kelsey grabs it right there, feeds a nice pass right over to Ella, who's all alone as the goalie slides to the far side. And it's an easy goal for Ella there to give Barrie a 2-0 lead. Let me get those scores up there. Well, 11-16 left in this first period. With just under 4 minutes of play happened, Barrie takes an early 2-0 lead. Richmond Hill going to the far side boards under pressure by Cassidy. She's able to get that loose ring after a stick check and finding Charlie in center ice. Charlie leading up for Sophie. Sophie on the break, heading towards the net. Oh, she tried to cut inside. Looks like that's going to be a tripping call come to Richmond Hill. Cadeau with a shot on net. Barrie's able to retrieve it now as they're going to try and get set up with maybe the 4 in the zone here. Cassidy there dropping at the top for Sophie. Sophie now trying to double back. Looks like we might actually try and get set up here. Pass to the top for Cadeau. Cadeau fakes a shot, finding Charlie. Charlie's got a shot to the net, but the goalie with the pad save, and that's going to stop the play. And first penalty of the game is going to be a tripping call against Richmond Hill. Well, Barrie does a line change. They've got Hawley, Kelsey, and Ella out there. Line's been good for 2 goals so far, and they're going to look for maybe a third one here to increase that lead. Pass out to Kelsey. Kelsey's going to cycle around in behind the net. She's got Ella on the back, close side door here. Yeah, that's where the quick pass goes. It was a nice feed just off the stick, though, but nice cross pass for Hawley. Goalie is sliding back and forth as Barrie's all on top of her with both sides here. And Richmond Hill gets a stick on a pass across there. They get it into the neutral zone. A little bit of a miscue there as Jade thought somebody else was going for it, Hawley, and ends up getting it in the zone. But Richmond Hill had it for a second, but Barrie intercepts one. Finding Kelsey far side. It's in her feet there. And as Richmond Hill gets possession of it, she's double teamed though by Kelsey and Ella. And a long cross ice pass doesn't get out over the blue line. There was Hawley able to pick that one up. And as she goes down with it, Kelsey a little slow on the stabs versus the last 2 there. And it was Richmond Hill was able to get that loose ring. But in the neutral zone, Jade picks up a missed pass by Richmond Hill. She sends it into the corner for Ella. Ella finds it right into the center, tried to do a quick pass. Looks like Richmond Hill players stepped on it. And, interference call being called there against Richmond Hill, I'm going to guess, for this one, as she was cutting across, and I think she cut right in behind her own teammate. And that's going to give Barrie a great opportunity with a 2-man advantage, which really hinders you defensively, as now you can only have 2 players in the zone. So Sophie's out there on the ring. Looks like they've left Kelsey out there as well with Cadeau. I don't know if she's fixing her neck guard, so she's going to have to come off as she's grabbing her gear. And they're going to have to put Ella out there instead. Must be Velcros just came off on that one. So Sophie goes to the close side boards, finding Cadeau. Cadeau now skating across the top, fakes back. They set up in the triangle with the high player. Cadeau back and forth with Ella. Just off the tip of the stick there. Take your time, girls, a little bit. Make good crest passes. Cadeau fakes the net, finding Ella at the side. Ella backdoor for Sophie, just a little far out, and Sophie kind of runs into the Richmond Hill player, ends up knocking her into the crease, and that's going to be Barrie Ring inside the zone. Almost got to watch that one. I don't know. As a referee, you got to watch that. Could have been a body call almost on Sophie, as she really leaned in on that and pushing the player in as they were battling for the ring. So, quick line change. Looks like we've got Charlie, Kelsey, and Hawley out here. Richmond Hill changing out their players to put a fresh set of legs in the defensive zone. 30 seconds left on the first penalty. There's a missed pass there. Charlie to Holly, but Holly's able to grab it over to Kelsey. Oh, kid, come on. Just missing on those stabs. Holly at the top there. No, nice big quick back pass to Charlie. Charlie looks back to the top. Holly finds a backdoor pass to Kelsey. Kelsey shoots, and it's off the side of the net. She's able to retrieve that, though. They got the reset, so maybe it caught the goalie. Oh, and there's a short side by Kelsey as she finds the goalie just enough off the post and gives Barrie a power play goal with only 11 seconds left on the first penalty. And that means Richmond Hill is still in the box for another minute 16. Just under 9 minutes left in the game. Richmond Hill looking for something here to get them going. Long pass there into the zone, picked off by Chloe on a missed stab. She's looking up ice, looking through the middle. Nobody there, so she's got to go with a short pass, finding Cadeau. Cadeau doubles back. She's got Charlie on the close side here, and that's who she hits with the ring as we gain the zone. Cadeau's coming in on a trailer, but they tried to cross pass for Sophie, and it just got intercepted by Richmond Hill. And out into the neutral zone there, a missed stab by Jade. Richmond Hill had it, but a nice work there by Chloe to knock it away again. But it's still kind of loose, and it looks like in the end, Barrie comes away with it as they find Charlie. Charlie back to Cadeau. Cadeau rips a shot. Goalie with the save as she was coming across. Sophie hounding the Richmond Hill defenders there is able to strip it right back. And as she cycles down to low to her forehand, Barrie's going to get set up here with some offense chance. 30 seconds left in the penalty. Pass to the top, just through Cadeau's legs, and it's Richmond Hill beating in the race there to get to it. They send one out into the neutral zone. That's two lines there where Jade picks it up. She gets a pass cross ice here for Sophie. And Sophie, under a bit of pressure, circles away from them. She's got a bit of room here. She sent it deep. She didn't quite see, I think, Ella down there. But Holly does, as she tries to send it to Ella, and Holly puts a shot on net. Goalie with a kick save there of the pad, and Richmond Hill gets that loose ring. Not quite out of the zone. Kelsey and Ella right on her, and so is Chloe there. And I think she's going to get a body for that one, unfortunately, as she hit the brakes and just enough of a solidness knocked over the Richmond Hill player. And as the stoppage of play there, there's the body call coming to Chloe for 38. So yeah, it wasn't, I don't know, that's a tough one. She did obviously knock her over. The contact happened there when she hit the brakes. It was just a little bit too much. You got to stop a little sooner, a little more in control. Unfortunately, tough one there, Chloe. And the player just on her heels got knocked down. So penalty was over for Richmond Hill. So now they're going to get their own power play and a chance to try and get that first goal for them going and find some forward momentum. Richmond Hill heads towards the net with a fake. Then they pass to the far side boards. Now, I know many times I've seen Richmond Hill games, they always are good at having a backdoor player. So it's something to watch out for here as they're cycling the net. Defensively, stick on your players. There's the high cycle speed and a shot to the net. Hits a defender up at the top of the triangle, and Emma makes the save. She hasn't had too many shots yet on net as there's been a lot blocked by the Barrie defenders. That could have been one of her first saves, maybe second, as Barrie's been very much in control of the play of this game. Pass into the neutral zone, just missed by both Holly and Kelsey, and Richmond Hill is coming back in on the attack. 83 with a quick shot, and there's probably the hardest save that Emma's had to make so far this game, as 83 took a nice shot and just couldn't quite get it in that top corner. And she knocks one down out front. There's a second shot, and she gets that one up and above, and it's into the crease off the boards, and Emma picks that up and throws it far side for Nora, just a bit out of her reach, and Richmond Hill has got a bit of pressure here, coming in on the attack, and there they score, as Richmond Hill gets a bit of a lucky, not lucky, but a great timed intercept of that pass and driving the net and catching Emma just off on the far side. So no worries there, Emma. That's a miscue defensively on us. We got to get on that ring and make sure we get it out. But it was a nice shot there by the Richmond Hill player. You can see she just got it up into that top left corner as she was able to walk all the way in. So 3-1 now as Richmond Hill finds a goal. And Barrie's got to shut them right back down here if they can. Pass in for Charlie. Charlie down low to the side of the net for Sophie. And as Sophie circles away to her forehand, she's coming around the back of the net. And it looks like we've got Charlie on the back door. Sophie trying to find a lane, but she's held up, finding Charlie now, but it's through her legs. Richmond Hill is able to beat her around to get to that ring as they're skating away with it. The pass is intercepted up center ice by Chloe as she gets control of it. She's looking down the boards. Nothing there. She gives a short pass in for, that's a nice deep pass in the corner for Sophie. as Sophie explodes to get to that ring. Losing it in that triangle on a stick check. It's almost tied up, looks like in there. Barrie's going to power through to get it as they knock it loose off Richmond Hill. Low walk attempt there by Cadeau, but she signs a high pass for Sophie. Rebound there, picked up by Cadeau. She comes around, she's looking to shoot, faking, and nothing. No, she tries. Oh, that is in the crease there, Charlie, but a great try on that pass, Addie, as she throws it across and just a little tight to the crease for Charlie to grab it and throw it in the net. But it was a great heads-up look by Cadeau. Well, 5 seconds goes there as the goalie had nothing to throw for. And that's going to give Barrie possession back in the zone. Just over 5 minutes left in the period here. Looks like Kelsey and Ella and Holly working out what play they're running here. Kelsey steps to the line, passing back over for Holly. And as Holly's going to carry in behind. Looks like we got trailing is Kelsey. Holly coming around tight boards. There's the drop pass. Hooked it a little bit too tight, so Kelsey has to retrieve. That's going to throw the play off, and they're going to have to reset with something else on the fly. Kelsey cutting in and out, finding Holly on the far side. Holly doubles back with a shot. Goalie makes a nice correction to slide right back to the middle and make a save. Richmond Hill with the ring in behind, passing it across. Ella's able to intercept that, but our 5-second count was still on as I think one of us, I'm not sure who, was still in that crease. Richmond Hill at the side now, looking to throw behind, but coverage there by Barrie. They throw a long one. They get it up over the free plate and now over the blue line as Richmond Hill gets through the zone. But right there, Jade is able to intercept the play for a second before Richmond Hill does dump it into the Barrie end. And there's Nora with the ring. Nora circling around under a bit of pressure. She's got to look to move it. Where's her support on that side? Nice hit the brakes, though, and she looks back cross ice to find a support pass there with Hodges and Holly. Holly finding Ella. Ella finding one for Kelsey. She's got a bit of speed if she can hold on to it. She does cut around, but she gets tied up there. No shot as Richmond Hill does a nice job to tie up her stick. But a miscue there, and Addison Holly now has that ring coming in on a backhand. Couldn't quite get it around the defenders and high as Richmond Hill is keeping out those shots from Barrie right now. Ooh, Addie, keep that stick down. You raise it a little high when you're calling for a pass. Ooh. Cadeau on the cycle back. Barrie making some changes. And as Cadeau's coming across, she has a fake there. She puts it to the net. Rebound right there for Charlie. Oh, but Richmond Hill got a stick in the ring as well and prevented the shot. Pass up to the blue line. Kayla gets that one. She's trying to get in. She's hooked, and that's going to be a penalty coming to Richmond Hill as Kayla gets hauled down with a hooking call. Well, with 3:33 left in this period, Barrie goes back on to another power play. So far, they are 1 for 2 on the power play. Sophie on the ring, passing to the close side boards. That's for Cadeau, and she's going to carry it in behind the net. As everybody's rotating into positions, she's out at the free play. Tried to find a pass across there, intercepted by Richmond Hill. They're circling back, though, as they're double teamed there by, our players pulled away a bit to go for the defensiveness. At the blue line, though, picked off by Kayla. She's got a bit of space trying to cut through. No chance. Drops one for Cassidy, who's got a straight line to the net. Throws a backhander off the goalie and off to the side for Charlie to pick up. That's a nice drive there as Cassie gets back out on defense. Barrie sets up with their forwards and center on offense. Charlie skating around the back of the net looking. Got her head up looking for that next open player. There's a nice flat pass for Sophie. Off of her, though. Cassie's going to jump back into the zone. And if she's going to carry it in and behind, we've got minute 12 there. Oh, there's a nice quick shot to the side of the net. Tried to get a reset, I think, but ended up staying in the crease. Oh, a missed stab there by Richmond Hill. Cadeau on the ring again. Barrie still trying to pressure, but nice stick checks there. Knock it loose, but Charlie turns to fire one. It's blocked by a defender. And now, I think that's Holly was on the ring, but she gets bumped off it. Cadeau still pressuring hard. It's loose there. Holly couldn't quite get to it, but there's Kelsey. She picks up that loose ring. She's going to cut inside and backhand. Oh, wow. I think the goalie got a hand on that one and knocked it to the side. Kelsey got the rebound, though, and with 15 seconds, there's a shot high and over the net, so must not have hit the goalie because there was no reset as we're under 10 seconds now. Shot to the net. Oh, on the back door for Ella. And that's going to be a nice save by the goalie with the pad, but she kicks the net off. And that's going to give Barrie possession in the zone for another chance here with 30 seconds left in the power play. Excuse me. Whew. Pass to the boards. Kelsey to Ella. Ella drops it for Kelsey, just a little too short though. Kelsey couldn't quite get to it. Richmond Hill was trying to get a pass out and got stripped of it as she went down to her knees. Nice pass from Kelsey to Ella. Ella up to Holly. Holly shoots, and goalie with a save and the butterfly. I don't think Holly got enough on it like she wanted. A long pass by the goalie there, gets it out, but neutral zone picked off by Chloe. She trying to stab it still, and there now she gets it. Oh, zoom out for you. She finds a pass far side for Kelsey. Kelsey finding a pass low, tried to find Ella there, hit a skate. Now Holly's right on it. Ella there with a stick check, but looked like she pulled the Richmond Hill player into the crease with that stick check, and that's going to give Barrie another chance at the ring. Penalty is over. Richmond Hill kills off that one, and there's a minute and a half roughly left in this first period. Pass to the close side boards. Cadeau there. She's going to carry it down and around. Looks like Sophie's sitting up high for a flat pass option as Charlie's sitting on that back door. Cadeau with the fake in. There's the quick shot to the net. Goalie with a save. It doesn't bounce out. She corrals that one in nicely. And she throws one up the middle of the ice for the Richmond Hill player, anticipating her to cut through the middle. Nice pass there and a bit of a breakout pass there for Richmond Hill. They're going to get it first in the corner as Chloe's going to pressure her down in behind the net. Oh, nice quick pass out front. Oh, and it just gets over the goalie as they get a nice quick pass out to the front of the net, and Richmond Hill's able to kind of just flip it up and over the goalie here, as you see in that replay. Emma had a bit of a hand on it, knocked it up, but not quite enough over the net. Nice try there, kid. Almost had it. Well, with that, Richmond Hill does narrow the score down to be down by 1, as Barrie hasn't been able to recover from either of their goals and take back that goal lead. So they need to fire back here next, though, and not allow them to tie it up. Kayla with a pass into the zone. Sophie with a stick check to strip it from the Richmond Hill player who almost had it. She's cycling around the net now as Cadeau's setting up in the high spot. Sophie with a cut into the middle, losing it in contact, though. Cadeau trying to grab it, but Richmond Hill has it. They got a little bit of extra pep in their step as they've got the last 2 goals and are trying to tie this game up still. Kayla with the hook against her as she gets a pass up from the ice, finding it to Charlie, but as it gets it lost in the bodies there, I think Richmond Hill should have a possession touch here soon. I'm surprised they haven't blown it down, but there they do now as Richmond Hill holds it. There's the hooking call by the ref, and Barrie gets another power play with 16 seconds left in the period. They have a small chance here to end this one to get an even bigger lead, and if they don't, they'll have a bit of time in that second period. So Kelsey on the ring, finding a pass for Holly. So they're going to have to really watch that time. It's going to tick by pretty quick. Looks like Kelsey's coming in on a re-entry here. There's the draw from Holly. Kelsey with a clean stab coming in. Oh, she lost an edge and ends up in the crease as she had just enough space there almost to get a shot off, but just couldn't quite get it. And with only a couple seconds left, Richmond Hill goalie throws it up to the free play, and that's going to end our first period as Richmond Hill battles back from being down 3-0 to make it a 3-2 game. And puts Barrie in a little bit of a, needs to do a little self-check over there on the bench and get control of this game again. I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back in a second. Anyway, we're back here now. We'll see which coach did the better job of getting their team prepped for the second period. And this first shift will tell you who's going to be getting that next quick step out there. Took a quick break to do a little rule check on body and coincidental collisions. So pass there to Charlie in the middle. Looks like we've got a bit of a line change. We got Holly paired up now with Sophie and Charlie. And as Barrie has possession of the zone, Sophie's circling around with it. She throws one over for Charlie. A little bit of a late reset. That gives Barrie a little bit more time. As Charlie comes across, finding Holly. Holly with a nice stab onto her backhand. Gives one there for Sophie. Sophie with a quick shot. Goalie with the blocker save. It's bouncing out front. Barrie picks it back up as Sophie gets that loose ring. Now with all kinds of time, she slows the pace down. Oh, a nice quick back pass for Charlie. No ability to shoot as she gets stick checked by Richmond Hill. And as they're going to make it into the neutral zone here with a minute left on the power play. But looks like it was missed. Oh, nice back pass there from Holly finding Charlie. Charlie sending it through the middle. Sophie with the clean pickup. Sophie coming towards the net. She throws one back for Holly. Holly shoots, and it's off the post and bounces out front as Richmond Hill grabs a loose ring and getting it out of the zone in a hurry. As that one was super close. Nice intercept by Chloe on the Richmond Hill pass. Chloe cycling back now looking for a pass option. She's got Sophie up this side here. She gets a space there, finding Sophie. I think Sophie might have thought Chloe was taking a run for it, but she leads one for Kelsey along the boards. And Kelsey looks to cut through the middle. Again, she lost that same edge. So I think we're going to have to get those edges checked out here before her next game. That's twice she's leaned pretty hard, though, and just lost an edge. Richmond Hill now with the pass across, an open player in the ice here. As they come to the close side boards, Richmond Hill missed it, though, along the boards, and Cadeau finds a pass up for Kelsey. Kelsey there gives it back for Cadeau. Ella's up there at the net. Cadeau with a backhander onto the net. It bounces off, and looks like Richmond Hill has it. They're trying to flip it out. Now they get it out, but there's Kayla jumping on it. She's got a bit of space if she can cut to the net. She's going, shoots for short side. Goalie with the save, and blown down. Looks like a penalty. What is that one? Hand to the chest. What's hand to the chest again, James? Is that delay a game? Right. So it must have been 4 in the zone, I'm guessing, at that point. So delay a game on the penalty there is going to be to Richmond Hill. Just killed off the last one. Barrie's 1 for 3 on the power play, or 1 for 4 right now. So they could really use one here to increase that lead again, as Richmond Hill has battled back still to that 3-2. Holly with a pass to the close side boards, finding Sophie. Richmond Hill really pushing into that corner there on Sophie, so she had to speed it up a bit to get away from her. And Holly setting up on the high. There's a pass, hits the feet though. Now the second attempt gets to Holly. She's under a bit of pressure there, dropping it back for Sophie. Sophie's got some space, heading that fake shoot, she scores! As Sophie does a quick fake back and forth and shoots top left to give Barrie a power play goal and a 4-2 lead. And you can see in the replay there, the overreach on the Richmond Hill player gives her that space to cut around, and a quick 1-2 deke gives Sophie that chance for that top shelf shot. Well, back to that 2-goal lead, but can't count out Richmond Hill. They've battled back for this first period. They're not going to give up anytime soon. And there's a long pass intercepted, though, by Cadeau at the blue line. She gets a hold of it. She's looking for somebody, supporting a pass to Cassidy. Cassidy off the boards towards Kelsey. Kelsey now has it. She's down on the ice again there, so I'm not sure if she lost the edge or just got tied up. but she's backtracking here as Richmond Hill's coming in on the attack. Shot off the side of the net there. Let me get back in here for you. And out front, looks like we must have been in the crease, as that's going to end up being a Richmond Hill ring in the zone. Close one there as Richmond Hill almost found a short side there. And that would have been a very quick answer to the goal that Barrie just got. 12-10 left in the game. Barrie currently with a 2-goal lead. Richmond Hill's got a screenshot here. Emma with a nice save. And she just seen it through. Throws a long pass to the close side boards. Picked up there by Cassidy, finding Kelsey. Kelsey looked for Ella, just off and missed it. And Richmond Hill has that loose ring. It's not quite over the line as Chloe jumps ahead to try and grab it. And she helps keep it in the zone as Ella finds Kelsey on the far side. Kelsey into the middle, shoots. Oh, what a stick save by the goalie as she knocks it wide. But Ella's able to pick it up as Richmond Hill struggled to make the stab. Oh, sorry, folks. And there's a pass back for Kelsey, ripping another one. It's a big rebound for Cadeau to grab. And as Cadeau gets it coming wide, Kelsey sets the pick for her. You got to push in towards it, though. There's a shot by Cadeau. It's high over the net, though, and Richmond Hill has possession as they get it up to the blue line and into the neutral zone. Coming through now to the close side. They find a pass here. We're 97 of Richmond Hill. She holds up the brakes, finding a back pass. Emma with a nice Keeley out there to block the shot there, putting it into the corner, but Richmond Hill gets the rebound there. Oh, there was one that drifted right through the crease. Cassidy nicely ties up her player, though, as Emma was able to then grab the ring. Holly finding a cross pass just in behind Charlie a bit. Charlie now is able to get to it, though, sending it into the zone. Just out of reach for Sophie, but Holly's able to grab that loose one. Richmond Hill's battling tough, though, and it looks like they got it for a second, but now Holly has possession heading towards the net. But then she lost it in contact there as Richmond Hill gets it out into the neutral zone. I'm not sure if it hit the referee's skate there as it took an abrupt stop. And Cassidy's battling over there with the sticks. And she's able to tie it up and give Barrie possession at center ice here. Excuse me. Cadeau with the ring at center. Oh, you got to grab that ring. There you go. As now she gets a pass over to Nora. Nora sending it down low, just missed by Richmond Hill, and Ella picks it up. Ella dropping it there for Kelsey. Kelsey trying that low walk again. Tried the short side. It bounced outside the crease. Kelsey trying to grab it. Now Cadeau has it, and she cycles away for some space away from that little mess out front, and she's on a bit of a low walk. Nice pass for Ella. Ella shoots! And the goalie looks like she got down in butterfly, but she can't see it, so I think her 5 seconds, she tried to get rid of it quick, but not quite in time, as the goalie made a nice quick butterfly save there to keep it out of the net. Well, definitely, these girls have been definitely working hard at practice on finding some of those cross-crease passes and finding the open threats. So he's always been doing some work with them and the offensive and the rest of the bench staff there. And it looks like it's paying off in this game as these girls are really looking for each other in this game, more than I think I've seen them look for recently. Nice drop. Oh, there's a nice quick backdoor pass for Cadeau. Oh, it was just in the crease. Nice quick play there. Nice quick thought there by Ella as a drop from Kelsey to Ella, and Ella snapped a quick pass right for Cadeau. So it helps when you know where everybody's going to be. There's a pass out from Richmond Hill goalie to center ice. They get it. 55 going back to 21. She's got a bit of a streak to the net on her own. Shoots! And Emma gets the hand down, makes the save, but Richmond Hill gets the rebound as they're cycling around on another attack option here. Coming back in, cutting through the triangle, 19 backhand. Oh, and Emma got a hand up to knock it over the net. And Richmond Hill gets that loose ring again. So a bit of pressure here from Richmond Hill. Another shot. Emma, you got it. It's in your arms there. And she makes the throw. I hope that gets out of the zone. Looks like it might be a little short as Holly couldn't jump on it. And Richmond Hill's going to get another attack option. Nice work there by Jade to keep the stick away so Richmond Hill couldn't get a clean shot. Off Jade's skates, it's stuck in her feet, and as she does a bit of body blocking there, Holly's trying to dig it out, and I think she kicked it ahead there, and that's good. Oh, Charlie had it for a second. Now Cassidy picks it up. Oh, no, sorry, it's Nora. Nora has it. She goes far side. Nobody there, though, and Richmond Hill's going to get that ring. As Richmond Hill gaining the zone, trying to push past Jade. Jade holds her space. There's a pass up for Sophie. Sophie, she can find Charlie. She's down, though. She falls over, and Richmond Hill is able to get possession of that. Charlie would have been on a breakaway if she could have just turned and thrown it. It looks like Richmond Hill's looking for some support there. 55, I think she's been on for a shift. Oh, that wasn't both sides. Pretty sure it might have been. But there's the pass from Holly to Charlie. Charlie back to Holly on the breakaway there. Just didn't sell it enough on the fake as she tried to go backhand on the goalie. Richmond Hill now cross pass into the neutral zone. Off a skate there for Holly to pick up. She sees Charlie down the board, sends it up for her. It's off her skates though. And players down. Sophie trying to get Richmond Hill has it. Not anymore as Charlie has it over there. She filters it into the middle for Sophie. Sophie cutting to the middle now. She's got to be getting to the end of that shift. Tired. Oh, wow! Well, that is giving everything you got to the last second as Sophie, losing her balance going down, flicks that ring, and it just kind of drifts up and over the goalie. Got a small touch of it, but it bounces in behind her in the net and giving Barrie a 5-2 lead. Well, they're not always pretty, but they still all count. Richmond Hill looking for that pass to the far side boards. Open player there. Oh, she just missed the stab, and Kayla jumps on it. She gets it into the neutral zone, but she's tied up by Richmond Hill, so we lose it as they come back in. But another missed pass, and Cassidy grabs it. She's cycling back under a bit of pressure, double teamed. She's got to get it out. She does nicely into the neutral zone, but makes it 2 lines, which is okay. We got it out. And as Richmond Hill gets it over into the neutral zone, Kelsey's right on her, trying to take it back. But Richmond Hill's able to make it into the offensive zone for them now. Oh, actually not quite. Looks like Cadeau intercepted one there. Nice pass to Cassidy as she was falling back. Cassidy looks across, looking for Kelsey, but that's going to be a 2-line pass as Ella's going to be waiting for Richmond Hill to come on the attack. That's an early check of it, though. But now that Richmond Hill has it, we have a 5-second delay at least before we can actually touch it. Richmond Hill might be tied up along the boards, though, and that's going to end up being a Barrie ring in the zone, so just a little too early on the stick check there. You got to wait till Richmond Hill actually makes an attempt and actually grabs the ring or misses on the grab. So just a little early, a little excited on the stick check. 7 minutes left in the game. Barrie in the offensive end here. Charlie looking for a pass. Oh, into the middle. There's a quick give and go for Charlie. Try with a backhand. That's a nice nifty little play there as they tried a quick give and go. Goalie with a long pass out. Sophie in race for it. Her and the Richmond Hill player cross pass. Richmond Hill does get it through, but it's going to be a 2-liner. But I think we're going to get a tripping call on Sophie here. She took out the Richmond Hill player trying to beat her to that ring. And Richmond Hill's going to get a power play for the second time this game. I'm pretty sure they scored on the first power play, if I don't recall correctly. But I think they did. That was the one that Chloe was in there for that body, so they potentially could be 1-for-1 on the power play. Hopefully we can knock that percentage down. Richmond Hill with a pass into the corners. They're cycling in behind. They're leaving that 33 right out front. I'm pretty sure she got the power play goal last time. Just saw that little bit of a flicker there. 55 trying to cut through. She's got some open space. Went for the pass, even though she was kind of all alone. And Chloe is able to intercept that pass. She's cutting through the group, losing it there. She tried to one-hand push it ahead. Richmond Hill 19 in with some space. Emma with a nice blocker save. Second rebound shot just high and over the net. And here is, I think that's Holly carrying it out. She gets it up into the center ice area. Charlie giving it right back for Holly. Holly coming in to the zone. She stick checked as Richmond Hill gets back in time. And then they're coming back into the neutral zone. Chloe trying to get back on the back check there. And she's got Jade with her. There's a fake. They tried to short side it. Emma with the nice save. It stays in her crease, so she's able to get it. Finding a pass for Jade along the close side boards. Jade at the line. Did she lose it? She still have it. It came out for a second, but Richmond Hill's coming right back in. As they're playing around with it at the free pass, Barrie made a quick change of their offense, forward player. And Richmond Hill, the shot, side of the net, so no reset. And they pick it up in behind. They're looking for that quick little pass out front, it looks like, but it was all tight in there. So a nice stick down by Cadeau, but Richmond Hill gets it back, shooting it in on net. Emma picks it up and gets rid of it just in time behind the net for Chloe, as Chloe's leaning on it to skate it out. She's got Ella ahead of her, but just missed on the stab. She's a little bit ahead of her, so Ella has to chase and do some forechecking here. Richmond Hill skating it out on the far side. Pass into the neutral zone. There's a pick off by Kayla. She cycles back towards our blue line, supporting it into our zone, though, for Jade. Jade with a pass into the middle for Cadeau. She's on a long shift, be looking to get off, I'm sure. She's going to stick with it. She finds Kayla. Kayla with some space. Shoots. Oh, it's high and over the net. That was a nice high shot, but looks like Ella and Richmond Hill player are a little bit tied up as Ella fell down and Richmond Hill player went right after her too. Goalie ring for Richmond Hill. Looking for a throw. Just getting it out to the far side there. Richmond Hill picking it up along the boards. Cadeau right on her though. Right away with pressure. Penalty is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Richmond Hill losing it at center ice here. Ella with a stick check in. Cadeau with a bit of space for a lead in. She heads to the net. No chance for the shot as Richmond Hill backtracks quick, but there's an open pass to Ella. And another kick save by the goalie as she comes across, finding her post and getting her position just right, but it takes the net off at the same time. Hopefully the edges of her skates do okay with that. You see goalies do it all the time, but I always worry about an edge when that happens. So, but another nice save as the goalie anticipates that flat pass across. And a quick release by Ella, just not quite enough to get it in the net though. 5-2 for Barrie. 4:26 left in the game. Looks like Zoe must have called a timeout just to get our lines reset, bring everybody in. Probably just to kind of give everybody a bit of a break and kind of get us back into possession game. Probably to talk about the last 4.5 minutes of this game and say, you know what, we're up by 3. Control the clock, control the game. Run the clock down every possession we get. Try for a reset unless you got a good shooting opportunity, but let's work the clock down. We don't want to give any momentum back to Richmond Hill here. You don't want to give them a chance to score at this point here in this next shift, because then there's still enough time for them really to come through with enough. If you can, they can put us on our heels and kind of pressured. You never know how things can change and ice tilt can happen. So, like I said, it's probably going to be possession right now. So we've got our lines, Addison Holly out there with Charlie and Sophie. Pass to Sophie along the board. She's carrying in behind. Looks like we got a bit of a trailer with Holly. Charlie setting up kind of in the open on the far side option. Oh, Sophie under a bit of pressure, loses her footing. Ring comes out, but Kayla knocks it back in. Charlie grabbing that loose ring, finding Holly right behind her. Holly tried to find Sophie, missed by her, almost intercepted by Richmond Hill though. As Sophie's checking hard in there. Richmond Hill does get it out into the neutral zone with a quick give-go passes here. 33 couldn't quite handle it though, and Barrie was able to get it right back and into the neutral zone. Richmond Hill back in along the boards. 83 on the carry. As she goes in behind the net, 33 is sitting out front. There's a pass for 97 just off the mark. That's Holly there first, but not out as it gets to the blue line. And incoming Richmond Hill again. Shot low, and they catch a 5-0 as it looks like. I think Emma must have thought it was going wide and kind of stuck the toe out and just didn't get the butterfly pad down there. And just like that, Richmond Hill comes back. Oh, I don't know if I can get that replay still. It might be a little late. Oh, yeah, a little late. We don't need to see the celebration. So just didn't quite get down in the butterfly enough as she stuck a leg out instead of a full butterfly. So just a bit of a misread on the direction. I'd have to check and see if it deflected back into the middle, but tough one. So Barrie here on the ring. Cassie sending it deep, finding Ella down low. Ella got possession of that. She's going to drop for Kelsey. Kelsey going to try that low walk again. Shoot short side. Oh, didn't quite get it up and over. I don't know if it hit a player or the goalie, but it's just too tight for me to see. Into the neutral zone. Cassie stick check there. Kelsey has a lead pass for Ella. Ella in all alone. Coming in backhand. Oh, goalie with a nice save there. She knocks it over the net. And Ella tried to quick pass for Kelsey out front, but Richmond Hill intercepted that one. Into the neutral zone. Chloe almost grabbed that. Richmond Hill is able to get it into the zone now, but Chloe's still on the attack there. Or is that Cassidy? That's Cassidy, sorry, with some stick checks. She goes down in the checking, but Richmond Hill has it now coming into the zone. Nice stick check by Cadeau, and Chloe's able to pick up that loose ring. Going in behind the net for some safety. She's going up the close side boards here. There is a pass up for Kelsey off the tip of her stick, and Richmond Hill's back in on the attack. This is what we don't want with lost time. Nice stick check there by Kelsey to get it back. And they're calling a slashing call on somebody. Kelsey? Slash, I'm pretty sure that was a check from underneath, but I'd have to go back and look at it, but that's a tough one. If she came through with some really hard stick check there, it was a hard clack of the stick. You could hear the stick on stick make the noise, but I'm pretty sure that was an under check, not a slash, but it is what it is. So for the next 2.5 minutes, Kelsey's in the box, and Barrie's got to hold on to this 2-goal lead. Richmond Hill on the far side boards. They cycle back and away. 97 looking for 33 at the top. 33 with a stab. Tries to throw it to the net. That's blocked. And as Holly has the ring, she finds a pass into mid-ice for Sophie. Sophie can't touch it here, though. Looks like Richmond Hill reached for it, so now Sophie can grab it. And as she gains possession down low, she cuts in, trying to find Addison Holly there. But Chloe steps in to help with the offense with 3-on-3 here. Chloe with a shot to the net, goalie with the butterfly save. And as Richmond Hill throws it back into their goalie, she's able to get rid of it on the close side, but out of reach of her player, and Sophie jumps on it. Sophie has possession again, and she's down along the boards, cutting in through the middle. She needs to maybe, I don't know right now. She's doing quite a good job of holding on to it and killing some time here. And nice pass for Holly. Holly shoots, hits the goalie in the mask. That's going to be a reset, and Sophie picking it up in the far corner. Sophie coming across top, tried to drop it for Holly, but that didn't quite hit as it hit a skate. But Holly able to, there's some contact as Richmond Hill players stopped Holly from being able to skate through on a breakaway. And as they have possession, Holly's trying to pressure to get that ring right back. Richmond Hill in the neutral zone. They've got a pass to the far side. Jade here trying to block, shot. And they score as Richmond Hill snipes one over the right shoulder of Emma. And like that, with a power play goal for Richmond Hill, they're back to within one here as Barrie's let them catch right back up again. So with a minute 14, we're going to have to really control the play here. That's basically 2.5 possessions. We start with 1, so use up that 30 and make some smart plays here offensively and defensively, girls. Nora with the ring, finding a pass in for Kelsey. She almost missed it. Now she has it. Kelsey, deke, forehand. She didn't get it over and ended up in the crease. So that's going to be a goalie ring, and she couldn't quite get that over the goalie and stay out of the crease. So Richmond Hill dropping at the side of the net. Addison Cadeau tried to jump on that as it was a very early drop. She's on the stick check. Richmond Hill gets it in, but it bumps back in. Ella had it there. There should have been a trip, but no call as the stick was in her feet. Shot by Cadeau, sealed in there in the armpit of the goalie, and she gets rid of it on the close side. But there's a missed pass there, and Kelsey's all over that loose ring as she's cutting in, firing a shot, hitting a player. It's in front in the middle of that triangle. Richmond Hill giving it to their goalie so that she can get rid of it for them. And she does not quite in time as the pass up the middle doesn't make it out. And Barrie's going to make a change here with 30 seconds left. And name of the game should be right now, 30 seconds, hang on to it. You got a 1-goal lead. You don't need another one. You just got to kill 30 seconds because after that it's a goalie ring. And they only have 1 second to get down the ice. So we should see potentially some 2-on pressure here from Richmond Hill. And here comes the pressure right away along the board. Sophie, so you got to get moving. Sophie hauled down, though, so that's going to be a penalty to Richmond Hill. And that's not what they were looking for, as that's going to give them a tripping call. But you're in a high-pressure situation. You got to go for it. So what can you do, right? But with that, that gives Barrie another chance on the possession with 23 seconds left in the game. So maybe lesson learned. You know they're coming. They're going to be coming quick along the boards. So stay strong on it, skate hard, and don't let them near you. Holly goes towards the net, takes her time. Now a pass to Sophie. Sophie's got 2 coming on her. This time she goes with some speed, though, to get away from them. Keep using that speed. Turn back, though. Careful. She cuts in through the middle, losing it in the triangle. Sophie trying to get to it. Stick check there, but Richmond Hill gets it out of the free play line, at least. Now it's into the neutral zone. And with seconds left in the period, they don't have time as the game buzzer goes, as Richmond Hill was just coming on the attack, and Barrie holds on for a 5-4 victory in a very close game where Richmond Hill battled back twice to make it really interesting here. So great game overall. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'm not sure when our next games are, but just keep an eye out for the links and the prompts there. If you've subscribed to the channel, you'll see when they pop up. So thanks for watching, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your night. There it is, 5-4. I forgot to add that one.